So these are going to be the exercises that we're going to do when we're re-strengthening these muscles of the forearm that go to this part of the elbow. So that's more like kind of golfer's elbow, as well as other injuries as well, whatever we're trying to re-strengthen there. So we'll use what we've got: bands, weights, bags. With this one, we'll start off with a band. With these exercises, we're going to make sure we've got a really good upper body position first. So what we're going to do is plug in our shoulder. So from there, our shoulder is going to go diagonally down and back into that position there. So once my shoulder is plugged in, I'm going to stand on my band there. Flat band, round band, doesn't really matter, use what you got. I'm going to plug my shoulder in, have up my elbow in there, tucked into my body. I'm going to have my elbow come up to 90 degrees there, and then I'm going to start with my hand facing up. So with my hand facing up, from there, I'm going to slowly, 3 seconds up, bringing that band up, just bending at the wrist. That's where all our motion's coming from today. And then 3 seconds back down. Now the other movement that those muscles do, not just that, but they also do that movement too. So from there, I'm going to have the band come from my thumb side, grabbing it there. And from there, I'm going to slowly, anywhere from 3 to 6 seconds, flip it over onto this side, and then 3 to 6 seconds, bringing it back. Try to remember to keep that shoulder and elbow position whilst you're doing that. If you find that challenging, I'll have another alternative later in this video. So if you don't have bands, but you do have weights, this is the option. So again, shoulder down, back, elbow in, hand up, weight in hand, start at the bent wrist position, and then bending the wrist up, 3 seconds up, 3 seconds down. And then the other movement that we're going to be doing is flipping it over. So from here, flipping over. 3 to 6 seconds, nice and slow. If you want to make it harder with a weight, grab the weight at the end. Gives a bit more leverage there, more challenging to do, or do it slower. If you don't have weights or a band, use a bag. So from there, plug the shoulder in, elbow in, hand up, bend the wrist, and then slowly bending the wrist back up, 3 seconds up, 3 seconds down. When we've done sets and reps of that, we'll do the other movement. So with this one, you're going to be flipping over the bag. Flipping over your hand, holding the bag. So make sure wrist and elbow in position, and then slowly 3 to 6 seconds to flip over in one direction, 3 to 6 seconds to flip back over the other way. So if you're finding it hard to set up the shoulder and the elbow when you're standing, we might want to use this position. So if we've got a band and we're trying to exercise these muscles here, what we're going to do, have the band under the chair, and then having your weight through the elbow there, the wrist bent to start off with, slowly bring the band up, 3 seconds, and then slowly bring the band down. The other movement that those muscles do is flipping over. So you might actually want to have the band come from the top of your hand next to your thumb. From there, anywhere from 3 to 6 seconds, flipping the band over and then flipping it back. Go as far as your range of motion allows you. If it's too hard, grab the band a little bit slacker so there's more length in the band. If you're using a weight in this position, so again, we're going to have our weight in there through the elbow. We're going to start with our wrist just bent there, and we're slowly going to lift up that weight. So 3 seconds up, and then 3 seconds down. Once we've done sets and reps there, we're going to do the other movement that happens with these muscles. You can either hold the weight in the middle, or you can grab it on the end to make it a little bit harder if you've got a dumbbell. From there, what you're going to do is you're going to flip from palm facing up to palm facing down. So this is a really slow movement, anywhere from 3 to 6 seconds. If you're using a kettlebell, the flipping over may be more challenging, so you might not want to grab it from the middle. You might need to just grab it so that the weight's majority in your hand. So starting from this top position, flipping it over. This is probably the easiest way, and then flipping it back up. you'll find that other positions might make it extra challenging. If you're using your bag in this position, it might just still be on the floor while you're doing your range of movement. So just grab it a bit lower, however you can. Elbow on that seat there, starting with the wrist facing up and then just bringing that up. Bending the wrist up, 3 seconds up, 3 seconds down. Once you've done your sets and reps there, you're going to be flipping it over. So from here, flipping to the other side, and then flipping back. This might take a bit longer, 3 to 6 seconds. In terms of sets and reps, depends what you're going for, whether it's strength or endurance. When we're doing strength, we're doing maybe about 8 reps, much harder, so either higher weights or more tension on the band. We're going to do 3 sets with about a minute rest in between. If we're going for more endurance, we're going to be going more for a little bit lighter loads or lighter tension on that band. We're going to do 15 reps, and we're going to do that 3 times again with that 1 to 2 minute rest in between. So when you're doing these exercises, it should be somewhere from 6 to 8 out of 10 difficult for you. So figure that out. If you've maxed out on how tight you can make your band or the weights that you're using, you don't have heavier, just slow down the movements even more or do more reps. That's another way that you can make it more intense for yourself.